Okay, this is DragonofEternity and I am back on 5.2. I am doing Gods and Monsters for this episode. Now, as you can see, I haven't really been to the others like I have with the previous two, so yeah, I've came across one and that's about it. Okay, so the first one I need to go to is base of a Mogu statue in the Court of Bones, 3554. Okay, so I need to be a bit north. Dawnseeker? Okay, 35. 54, so straight south. Sadly I can't go through here. I can't go through here either, but I can go through here. Okay, follow that, whatever it is. Warlock. Okay, 35, so this Mogu? Yes, it's Mogu. Agents of Order. Mogu legends tell of an age of golden light, when order was brought to a chaotic world. It is said the Mogu walked among the titans with skins of earth. Their numbers were legion. Nice. And their only will was the will of their masters. According to the stories of the sage, Mogu hands carved the very mountains and valleys of Pandaria herself. We view Pandaria as a she? Meh. Every river, every lake, every mountaintop was sculpted according to a divine plan. The Mogu called their Titan Master the Storm. He was their keeper. They were an extension of his will. Agents of order, obedient and mighty, forging a new world. Huh. So, order was brought to this world, and these Mogu were essentially the workforce. Huh. Curse... No, I'm looking at the wrong one. Shadow Storm and Stone. Found at the Thunder Forges. Okay, where was I? Oh yeah, people needing to knock. Thunder Forges. My objective of... Oh, stop appearing lightning. Right, so Thunder Forges, one is there. One is down there, and one is there, so I never have to leave the top right half. Okay. Also, I need to mute that bit of people walking into my room when they need to knock. I should probably just have a sign on my door. Knock first. I can take a shortcut through here. Wait, proper shortcut would be I'm not going through all those mobs. Wait. Thunder Forges. I've never actually showed off the Thunder Forge. I still have 4 more days before I can upgrade a weapon fully. If I can upgrade it fully. I should probably save the Spirits of Harmony now instead of making some weapons I can sell on the auction house for money. And that's the only thing I've been able to do the past few months. And, oh god, this thing's lagging! Come on, I took over a terabyte off this PC. I defragmented this several times. Someone's just killed the world boss. This thing should not be lagging. Okay, before anything comes to attack me. Found at the Thunder Forges. $59.226. Yeah, I have to go in. Okay, I could do it. Well, it doesn't have anything to do with it, but I could do Edict of the Thunder King. Die. Edict of the Thunder King. What has become of my Mogu? Look at yourselves. You're little better than the savages we once used to build our cities. To be Mogu is to rule. It is why we were created. Our worlds are faced with power. Our words are laced with power. Those who do not bend to our will must be broken by our strength. There was no strength without unity, there was no unity without obedience. To obey your emperor and to demand obedience of your subjects is the natural order. When you fight amongst yourselves, you fight against your very nature. There is an order to this world, a strength that flows from your emperor down to the very stones of the earth. Do not forget this. Together our voices shall echo across the land like a clap of thunder before a storm. You are that storm. Rise, Mogu, and reclaim your birthright as rightful rulers of this land. That guy is aware of inspirational speeches. Right, at the Thunder Fortress... There it is. Right, Shadow, Storm, and Stone. Across Mogu art and literature, one legend is found repeated and embellished again and again. It is the legend of Shadow, Storm, and Stone. Here is a rough translation of the earliest known transcript of the story. The beast of 7 heads fumed 7 breaths. The land wept shadow, and the swarm blackened the sky. Supreme was the Ancient One, none dared wake in its wrath, until the coming of the storm. First came thunder, then came stone. The thunder storm's voice, the stone his weapon. Lightning seared the sky, the swarm fled from its light. Stone struck at the heads of the beast. The shadow bled into the land and sky. Fear and rage, but that would not die. Storm's will was done, Storm's purpose fulfilled. Okay, so there's a beast with shadow. There was a being with lightning that fought it. There's a swarm, so the bug people followed the beast, and the stone army, which I'm guessing is the Mogu, fought the beast and the swarm. And the bug people got scared off by lightning. Huh. Lore Walker Cho better be able to explain it better than me. Okay, now to get to this one... Oh boy. I should have gone the easier route. Just go into the sea and then go up from the place. Okay, so... Through here and then through there. There's Mogu. Repent! Don't follow me! I have trouble for the Thunder King. Ironic, since I just... I am not in combat. I am in combat. Fine. If you want to be a douche about it, I'll kill you. Found... Travel through the Lightning Vein Mine. Head to the exit in the northwest. Head along the path to the right as you exit, found near the pillar. So somewhere along there. Okay. But first, travel to Thunder King. Ritual stone and a coffer. Elder Charms. I need 3 if I want to do the trove properly. Follow the path to the right. Huh. Well, that's a wee bit of my gear. Yes, primal ritual stone. Oh, we're gonna have to come here to fight a elite. Okay. The curse and the silence. For many ages the Mogu guarded the great works of the Titans. Always they listened to their master, always they were obedient. With stony determination they stood in ageless vigil, even as their master fell silent. No Mogu writings survived from the era when the stone turned to flesh. How terrifying it must have been for the Mogu to breathe, to bleed, to die. I have a fear of dying, so I can sympathize with them. They turned to their master for guidance, but still he was silent. With flesh came the other curses of mortality, pride and greed, fear and anger. No longer united in purpose, the Mogu fought against themselves. Powerful Mogu warlords gathered up followers and made war on one another. Their battles scorched the land, terrifying the other mortal races, and still their master said nothing. Okay, and the final one is... yeah, I'm going to do a little detour. Oh, I can't go any higher, can I? And into the ocean. How many ritual stones do I have? 19. I can summon 6 elites. I need a group to kill those 6 elites. And since there's a weekly quest, might as well not do it more than I need to do. That squid is still there. It was never involved in any quest. I can only imagine that this is a hunting party for that. Although I threw a giant spear into it, I have no clue. Okay, so we need to go up there, but we can do a shortcut and go in the back way. More beasts, turtles. Right. And through the sewer pipe. And in the back here. Now the final one should be to the left or to the right. These boards are still standing up on their own. Interesting. To the right is nothing. Let's be to the left. To the left, to the left. There it is, there it is. Age of 100 Kings. Gods and Monsters. Done. Right, long after the Age of the Titans, when the Mogu returned to flesh and fallen on one another, the land was in chaos. Mogu warlords fought for territory and power. It was the Age of 100 Kings. This was the era of Lei Shen. Young and proud, he saw the ruined works of his forefathers scattered across the war-torn landscape. He lived with a profound sense that his people were not living up to their purpose or potential. The Titans no longer spoke. Lei Shen took it upon himself to speak for them. So from this, the Mogu fought evil as part of the Titans' constructs and constructed the land of Bondaria. Titans left, Curse of Flesh hit, which turned any stone creatures into flesh creatures. The master would not answer to them. They fought amongst themselves. That just loaded in weirdly. And then Lei Shen was born. And then his story carries on in the previous video. God, I just realized I'm doing these out of order. March of the Mogu. Greetings, is it true you have discovered the origins of the Mogu? You must come and join us at the Seat of Knowledge and share with us this wisdom you have learned. Included should be a mapped out location. I look forward to our next meeting. Is it true Is it true that the Mogu are really connected to the Titans? I find this very hard to believe, but looking over your research, some of the truth about the Mogu begins to take shape. If you visit us in the Seat of Knowledge in the Vale of Eternal Blossoms, we can add this contribution to your personal collection. Thank you for your diligence. Sincerely, Lord Joe. Okay, now before I do anything, okay, yeah, sounds up.
How does today find you?
How does the day find me? Not bad, doing some recordings, gonna have lunch, gonna edit the recordings. How about you, Local Joe? Local Joe, how's your day been? Your research is most distressing, but it sheds light on a truth we have long sought. Where did the Mogu come from, and why were they such tyrants? We will add this knowledge to your collection. If you wish me to narrate this for you, simply point at the correct volume in your private collection. You're gonna narrate this for me anyway.
Farewell.
I love the debuff. Story time!
Fathers and sons, mothers and daughters. As parents, we pass our legacy on to our children. What values do we choose to instill in our progeny?
Oh.
What will our children learn from our mistakes?
Hey, Deathwing and Ralphian.
What sort of world will we create and leave behind for our daughters?
Oh, fall as a baby.
Parents place their children on a path.
Oh shit, Lich King.
They do not always know where the road will take them. The Mogu were children as well, children of the Titans. They were once a legion of stone, heartless and obedient. By the Titans' command, they fought the terrible servants of the old gods. They shaped the mountains and carved the rivers of the land. And they created a magical cradle of life in a hidden valley that we now call the Vale of Eternal Blossoms. But eventually, the Titans fell silent, and their creations were cursed with flesh. The Mogu grew restless. Many generations later, when the Thunder King united them, they seized upon their legacy. I truly believe now that the Mogu thought they were doing the work of the Titans. They fought against the Mantid and used the powers of the Veil to create new life. Oh, but such terrible works. Parents cannot always be assured of the legacy they will leave behind. How especially true this is when the parents are gods and the children monsters. Pandaria welcomes you.
What's up about standing up? I always need about to this guy. He gives a nice story. So yeah, that is the Mogu. They were created by the Titans to fight the older gods and shape the land. Curse of Flesh hit. They turned to flesh, they fought amongst themselves, and then they took power and fought and did what they thought they were doing. If I can create a valid sentence, and thought what they were doing was the work of the Titans. But it was more brutal and evil than that. So yeah, I've basically done all the lore stuff for this. If there's anything I'm missing, then I'll probably try and record that, but as far as I know, that's it. Yep, this has been Dragon of Eternity, and you've been watching me look at some lore. Until next time.